Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I've got my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
I didn't mean to make you,
Say hello, Grease.
Hey, guys. Hey, Will, really quick, something really quick. I didn't start audition
For what?
for the podcast.
Don't worry about it. I'm
Well,
recording you over here, I guess.
You're recording me over there in a separate channel?
Yep, I do it every time because I don't trust you.
You sure you don't want me to do it local?
This is going so well.
Well, listen, man. This is I'm suffering from live fatigue. This is my third night in a row.
That's your own fault.
No, it's James's fault.
Nope. You make your own choices, my friend, and he has no control over them. Welcome, everyone. We'll get this started here soon. We'll get going.
Yeah, I'm almost
Grease gets that set. I'm going to say hello to everyone, and then we're going to restart the show.
Right.
I literally just talked about Grease, how he's made it more difficult because even though we go live, he still is doing stuff that makes it like we have to edit for the podcast feed. So, but I do want to say cheers to Drew Bolin, who said with a super chat, coming in frozen instead of coming in hot. I like that. That's funny.
Oh, that's okay. That's funny. Check.
So,
all right, I am going now, baby.
All right, let's start the show over. Let's start the show over.
It's not going. Hang on.
Oh
Shoot.
Gosh.
And now it's going. It's going now. Golly, it's going now. It's so great.
This is not gonna work. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I've got my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
What's going on, dadgum Will? It's cold outside. We're snowed in. We're doing this remote. Yeah. This brings me back to the first time when everybody was just like, man, shut it down. Shut it down.
Oh, you mean like the world? Shut the world down is what you're
when we were
to.
Whatever they called it. What do they call that? Stay at
Quarantined?
home?
Yeah.
Shelter in place? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't think that's normally with like a mass casualty event. They say shelter in place. So let's not go there.
That's what we did around here. We sheltered in place.
All right. So we were not live last week because Grease was at the national championship game. Congratulations to you on that. And did you have a good time up there? It looked like you did.
I had a blast. I did Jaeger bombs for the first time since college.
You had a old fashioned. It looked like at St. Elmo.
Yeah, I went to St. Elmo. You know, I've heard it was a tourist trap, but I really enjoyed it. I think it was nice. We had the shrimp cocktail there, and it was lights out, hotter than Hades with horseradish.
Yeah, you don't handle spicy things well.
I love spicy things.
No, I know you don't handle them well though.
All right, so here's the deal.
What you consider spicy is tame, moderate, medium.
But I love Indian food spice.
You like the concept of it. You like the idea of it. You don't get what is like. You don't get full on, melt your face off spicy though.
There's a pad Thai place. There's a Thai place in my hometown, and I typically get spice level 8 out of 10.
Okay, spice level 8 out of 10 from Habersham County, Georgia.
Dude, it
equates.
My eyes are watering.
Bangkok.
my head starts itching because y'all know what I'm talking about when it gets too hot.
Jason Newman with the super chat. Did anyone tell Grease that when you make a snow angel, you need to be face up?
Will, that was one of the moments last night. James said, have you heard about the trend that's going around on TikTok right now? It's basically naked girls laying frontwards in the snow so that you see, two boobs in the snow. Well, Diane did it, and she's pregnant. And she did it, and he said all you could see is, one big lump in the snow because it was just her belly only or whatever. And I was just like, honestly, that's probably going to get a lot of clicks because if somebody comes across that and be like, holy crap, look at the size of that boob because of the belly button. Okay, anyway, It was funnier in the moment. But did you? By the way,
Nope, I did not watch either of your 2 lives that you did with James.
You didn't watch a single second of it.
I flipped on to see if it was live, and then when you were actually live the first night, and when I flipped on, it was you and James, of which I had no idea that was going to be a thing, and I immediately turned it off.
There was no rules, Will.
I immediately turned it off and said, I can't watch this. There is not enough anxiety medication in this world to make me sit through Grease and James live on the internet. And then I started getting texts from people. And it's like a lot of people, you and I are really close friends. Like we're really good friends. And most people have a good friend in their life that knows them. Like you try to, help each other out, like walk hand in hand through life. Like, hey, bud, how you doing? How's your life going? Like you got any stressful things going on? And how can I help you? How can I be here for you? You don't do that for me. Instead, you're like, I'm going to do the most stressful thing I could and lay it in my friend's lap.
Yeah, but I always
and that's you going live on the internet,
or pregnant or something.
It's you going live on the internet,
with no rules in the title.
It's not even the no rules that frightens me. It's you bringing on James for hours live on the internet, and I'm getting text messages from people like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're allowing this to happen. I'm like, hey, 50% of the podcast is Grease's. If he wants to light a match and burn the whole house down, I guess I'll just be inside with him when it happens. But you make your own choices. You make your bed and you lie in it. And I heard that he urinated live on the internet. And that's a thing that I heard happen. And I didn't watch, like that made my decision. I felt good about my life choice of not watching it, knowing that people are, and I'm like, are people joking about this? Are they? And then multiple people made the reference. And I'm like, no, clearly not everyone ganged up. I don't think these people that are texting me have each other's number to decide, let's text Will and ask about the bathroom portion of the live. So I didn't watch it. You texted me something like people were saying it's the greatest live ever. And I still don't think you understand when people say that, they're just encouraging you to burn the house down further.
Okay. So Brian,
it means to them, one person that said that was indeed a friend of yours who's a photographer. And Jeb, who went with us to Jack Daniels, I'm like, his opinion on what constitutes the greatest live ever does not stand.
That's true, because he's only seen like 5 lives, probably.
Right. So I automatically discount that.
You saw the messages on our texting service, though.
No. When those were flooding in, I literally turned off notifications. I'm like, I can't, especially when I know when Zach Jones starts texting us that I just need to ignore it because it's going to stress me out. But I allowed you to go live for collectively close to 6 hours over 2 nights.
Yes, this is going so much better than I thought it was. Like your analysis of the weekend is so great.
So this is from our buddy, the Whiskey Mutant, Eric. He says, my offer still stands, Will. He offered to become permanent co-host of the podcast while you were still live with James. And I'm like, that means I don't need to click over. So, but people should be appreciative of me. I wasn't just like barging in like this will never happen again. I'm just going to know that
you did, dude. I love
the
Saturday night crowd so hard. Like, I feel like I want to go live Saturday nights when I can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The other thing is
there's no college football right now.
You were like, I'm going to do a giveaway, which is a great concept.
Right.
But then you also gave away like 4 or 5 things.
Five
so
bottles.
Much so that that live ended up costing me money because you didn't cover the cost of what you gave away.
I know it was
So
the
next time you
Kentucky.
say
The Kentucky Owl Rye did it. The Kentucky
next
Owl
time
Rye
you
did
say
it.
no
$300
rules,
bottle.
next time you say no rules, I may step in and say a couple rules that we're going to throw out here.
So what you didn't see, what you heard about, was we had this really fun night. It's great. We're going through it. And I'm like, James, did you get that person? And then we came across one. He's like, oh, no, I missed that person. And then there was another one that was like, hey, this is, they have, 12 entries. I'm like, no, they should have 15 entries. And he's like, oh, I must have missed some. And he's, oh, shoot. I just spilled whiskey on our computer.
I think that's your computer.
Well, we'll both not be in good shape if it hurts it. Okay, so what was I saying? Sure. And then James just got confused and he was like, I mean, it's
Really?
it's at least close, is what he kept
James
saying.
got confused.
He said it's at least close. And I said, that's not how giveaways work. Like everybody's like, I'm giving you money for a chance, like I'm supporting you, but also like, I'd like to win a bottle. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be close to getting a bottle. So anyway,
Hey, at least he's honest.
I punted to the next day. And then I also got a text from Matt Porter.
Hold up.
That basically said you need to punt to the next day or people are going to get so pissed.
This is why I don't join these either. You said this? Drew Bolin said he would pay you $600 for the Kentucky Owl Rye, and you said, nah, it's Will's. I'm just going to give it away.
That's not Andrew. So I actually said something really kind and nice about Andrew on Saturday night, and I'm going to possibly take that back because I've never heard a worse lie on this show.
Okay.
That's the worst.
All right. So a couple things, housekeeping. One, for any authorities watching this show, I had nothing to do with those two live streams over the weekend. Just
right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of questionable activity.
Second, I'm gonna say the first of all, if you're watching live on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're a patron, we have something happening tonight right after live. We do our after party after every live, almost every live. Occasionally it's been like something's happening or we have to get back, but almost every live now we go live for our patrons only with an exclusive after party. It's a little bit more loose. I mean, I don't want to compare it to you with James because I didn't watch that, but in my mind, I like to think I cut loose a little bit, ham it up with you in the after party. Tonight we have something really special, and that's the return of Mama Grease. She is in the facility, correct, Grease?
And she's already.
I have a feeling she's going to be mad at me about your Christmas present.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, we may have to.
Although she did say, "Ooh, I want to drink that tonight."
Oh, okay. Well, I do think that Mama Grease is she's going to join us for the after party tonight. So that's an exclusive for patrons, mainly because after the things that happened over the weekend, I don't want another train wreck on the internet that's public facing. So that's just for patrons, but you can still get in. Any level of patron gets it. Patreon.com/the podcast. If you're listening later and you sign up for Patreon, you can go look at previous posts and it's available for you. It'll still be on the back end of our YouTube channel that you'll be able to watch it. So that's a little thing. If you're listening to the podcast feed, you can still see that. But that's patreon.com/the podcast. Any level gets the after party. It's not like just certain tiers. So go ahead and check that out. If you're watching now live, though, you can go ahead and sign up on patreon.com/the podcast, and you can get in on that craziness that's coming up. So Grease, is there's this is a super chat from your Huckleberry. And he says a little something for the bottle replenishment fund. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's very sweet, actually.
That is really kind.
Well, the funny thing was, is Sunday I said I don't want anybody's money if you give me any more super chats, because I felt like I talked super chats all night Saturday night. And then I basically said, if you super chat, I'm going to publicly call you out and say that you're Team Dan, which is, by the way, who lost last night on It's Bourbon Night's channel. And I said I was going to call them out at Whiskey Weekend or something publicly and say that they were Team Dan. But you don't want to be Team Dan right now. Freaking Dan is on. He's in a, I don't even know what he is right now. He's in a.
No one cares what you're saying right now.
Well,
What are you drinking, No Filter?
I've been drinking this Bullet Pick. I've done it the past 2 nights. So as long as I keep going consecutive nights live, I'm going to keep doing it. And it's almost,
is that
we've
from
almost
Tarak?
made a hell of a memory.
That's Tarak, right? That's
Kiss
the
of Roses from the Grave.
Yeah, I love that one.
It's not for roses.
I really like that one. That was a good one. I've been drinking our Whiskey Weekend one quite a bit these last few nights. But also I'm drinking currently the Tennessee Tasters Jamaican Allspice. Have you had this one, Grease?
I have had that one.
It's so good.
Zach poured it for us when we went to go do the
cocktail show.
The pod class.
Yeah, we need to do another one of those.
I know, it was super fun.
I think that'd be fun.
I don't know if we can get 3 of us behind the nook. We're gonna have to figure something out.
Why don't we go to his neighbors?
Why don't we
did the last time?
Why don't we do, I don't know, their bar? Is his bar that he works at even open for lunch?
No. Doesn't open till 4, I think. So we'd have to do it early.
Right. Could be cool.
Yeah, I think that would take a lot of logistical planning.
Oh, do you know, that's just to tell us what day and when.
Yeah. But
I mean, there's a lot to get to that, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's as easy. Things are never as easy as you place them like that. But
dude, overpromise, underdeliver. Will, I've been trying to tell you this forever.
Yeah. You're a real peach. So any other whiskey? You had that old fashioned in Indianapolis at St. Elmo. Any other whiskey or just Jaeger bombs and Michelob Ultra?
I did have Michelob Ultra. I did have Jaeger bombs.
We know. The entire internet saw it in your stories of you pounding Michelob Ultras like you're a college girl on a diet.
Oh, it was a great day. The day before we were in Louisville, we stopped by
Talk about that.
Old Carter Distilling Company. We couldn't take any pictures of in the back, but they did have an aged ham back there that they were just sawing off a bone.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we just have it back here for anybody that's working if they need a little snack or something. I was like, that's where I want to work. If you just have aged ham out here for the employees just to take a piece.
I feel like you're not. I don't know if you're qualified for that job.
What are you talking about? I can put labels on a bottle.
You'll get the bottles labeled 6 months too late. I'm not wrong. I've seen your labeling assembly line.
Yeah, and it's going to take a while to ship them out for sure.
So
I did
went
that
to Old Carter, yeah, and you hung out with Mark and Sherry for a little bit, right?
Yes, fabulous. They poured me almost 15-year-old single barrel that they have that is legit stupid. I won't go into what I think the source was, but there was something that came out this year that was possibly very closely related to it. It was so good. Then they let me try, I believe it was a 5-barrel blend that they did that's been out.
Is it the small batch that I'm seeing pop up?
Well, so while I was there, they just got done with a 3-barrel small batch, and that's what they posted the other day. So they let me taste that one, and it's freaking fire. I wanted to say that it's all from Kentucky, that 3-barrel batch. it's just, I mean, it's just solid. Like they just poured me perfection. And I got my wife's pours because she only wanted to smell it, and then she gave it to me. So I was good to go.
How long did y'all hang out there?
Like 45 minutes. They had some dinner reservations that they had to get to, but if I would have stayed longer, it'd have been real bad. Because I mean, we shut down Louisville. Like
How did
Lauren and I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m. What?
How did the meeting go at Galt?
The Galt meeting was just a production meeting.
Yeah. I thought you were going to call me for it, or at least fill me in.
It was different than I thought it was going to be.
Got it. All good though? Like whiskey weekend happening?
Well, yeah. So I just yes, it is. I just told them everything we wanted, and they're just going to get back a quote to me.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was super, and it wasn't the head guy either. So like he was literally just taking notes. That's why there wasn't a discussion. It was just the lead guy had a family issue, and he had to pawn it off on somebody. So it wasn't worth it.
So speaking of whiskey weekend, though, did you have any other whiskey things in Louisville you wanted to hit?
Well, we went to Doc Crow's that night.
Yeah, which we love Doc Crow's. It's great. It's right down from the hotel.
Oh, it's great. I got like the barbecue sampler. Pretty much, it came with ribs, pulled pork, chicken, and a couple of sides, and it was solid. And I had one of my wife's cocktails that she couldn't finish, and it was freaking great. I can't remember. It didn't have whiskey in it, but it was
vodka cran with like a lime.
No, it was something different, but it was the most whiskey tasting cocktail that didn't have whiskey in it. It was bizarre. And so like literally like Lauren's like, I can't drink this. This has whiskey in it. I'm like, baby, it doesn't have, like, I read their ingredients. It doesn't have whiskey in it. And she gives it to me. And I was like, this tastes like it has whiskey in it. It's like it was legit. So I don't know if they got it messed up or not, but
I'm going to I'm going to look on the internet. I'm going to see if there's their cocktail menu, and I'm going to try to guess which one it is.
So at Doc Crow's now, when we went there last time, they had the whiskey bar shut down. It's right next door.
Right.
Like they locked it up, and it was just that the right-hand side, more of the sports bar.
Doc's Bourbon is what they call it, or Doc's Bourbon Room.
Doc's Bourbon Room, yeah. And so we actually, they've opened that room up, not as a bar, but they've opened it up for overflow seating, essentially, for their restaurant only.
Okay.
Like you can't just walk in and go to the bar in there like normal. So it's a non-operating bar at this point. I tried to taste the William LaRue 2021, William LaRue Weller BTAC 2021, and man, I haven't been able to find it. Like we went to that
at bars and things.
Yeah, we went to the Bourbon. What was that restaurant that I went to? That fancy restaurant, Bourbon something in
Bourbon
Nashville.
Steak.
Bourbon Steak in Nashville at the JW Marriott, top floor. It was incredible, beautiful, high end. I was treated unbelievably, and they had the Saz 18 2021. They didn't have the William LaRue Weller. It was the 2020. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I've heard mixed reviews on it. Like I've heard that it's not, it's okay. So maybe that's just why, I don't know. But I can't find it anywhere. And so in Kentucky, I'm like, when I got to Doc Crow's, I was like, dude, I'm so freaking pumped. I don't care what it costs. I'm going to get it, But typically at Doc Crow's, they've got really great whiskey prices, So
yeah,
decent. It's not like they're gouging you like crazy, but they didn't have it, man. They didn't have. I was like, how? I just don't understand. I think the only one new that they had was Eagle Rare. I didn't want to do that one.
Why not?
I don't know.
You're a weird person.
It's just not consistently in my top 3 every year. I'm more George T. Stagg, William LaRue Weller, Handy.
Every single time you have had the ER-17, now that it's back at like the heritage proof,
yeah,
you've always been one of the greatest things ever. And you drink it before the George T. Stagg, and then obviously the high proof stuff overshadows it. But you love it every time.
I do love it.
It's weird that you have the opportunity and you're like, nah,
I don't
I'm
know,
out.
man. I was in a mood. I can't tell you
Clearly.
why.
All right, so I'm
For
looking at
those that are
I'm
listening,
looking at
though,
their
explain
cocktail
to
list
explain
on
to them what heritage proof is.
it's
For those,
101 proof. So it's when it used to be Eagle Rare was started as a brand to compete with Wild Turkey. And they did the 101 proof also. And so they've re-released it now. Eagle Rare 17 was 90 proof until 2 or 3 years ago. And so I call it heritage proof. I don't know that they call it that. But hey, I'm looking at this cocktail list at Doc Crow's. And unless they haven't updated it, unless she had a smoked Rita, which is a jalapeno infused tequila margarita.
it's not.
Which I'm saying, I know, I think you would have remembered that. And, or if she had the crispy Captain, which is Captain Morgan triple set, it's like a rum, has ginger beer, like a rum mule. Everything else has bourbon in it.
This had a cherry in it. This had, like, I think some champagne in it.
Let's see, the Brandy's Bliss. That's Elijah Craig vermouth, orange curacao, and lemon juice. The Bib Smash.
What's the Bib Smash? That's what she had.
It has Evan Williams bottled and bond in it, lemon juice, demerara syrup, mint, seasonal strawberry or orange.
Yeah, so she had a whiskey cocktail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right. Almost all of them have whiskey in it. Bib stands for bottled and bond on that as well.
Hey, babe, that cocktail you had definitely had whiskey in it. That's why it tasted like whiskey.
It's
Period.
the first ingredient. It's a whiskey cocktail.
It's the first ingredient, period. I'm going to say Bib Smash, right?
So, yeah, that's a thing that happened. Even the watermelon sugar starts with Malibu watermelon, but has Heaven Hill white label in it.
That's got to be old.
I mean, I don't know if it is or not, Grace. Why does it got to be old?
Because they don't have that many bottles of that.
They don't have many bottles of what?
Heaven Hill white label, Will.
Grease, it doesn't say Heaven Hill bottled and bond, buddy. Heaven Hill white label is 80 proof. Quality house.
I thought you were saying it was the 6-year bottle and bond.
I didn't say that. I just said white label. I read it off their menu.
Well, I was still going with Bib. I'm just saying, I'm not willing to pony up for ER17 because it's typically
what was the price?
List.
What was the price?
I don't remember. I think it was 45
but yet you ponied up for SAS 18.
I didn't pony up for it. My wife's boss was like, "You're getting a fancy bourbon. Get a fancy bourbon."
And that's what you chose.
Well, I tried to get William LaRue, and they didn't have that. And I was like, "Is the SAS 18? I saw the SAS 18 up there. Is that 2021?" They were like, "I don't know." And they brought me the bottle, and it said summer 2021.
So you had it.
I did have it.
How was that, by the way?
It was honestly the best SAS 18 that I have ever had. However, the only reason I said that is because it actually had a finish. Like the SAS 18.
I always feel like SAS 18 has a finish.
No, it's got so much water in it. It doesn't linger.
I think it does.
It doesn't linger. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about handy.
No, that definitely does. I'm just saying you typically, when you've had SAS 18, it's surrounded by higher proof stuff. So
this was my first pour. That's why I chose it.
No. I'm saying you forget about it. Like when the other times you've had SAS 18, right? So you're looking ahead to the menu because typically when you've had SAS 18, it's been when we're doing the whole lineup. So I don't think it gets a fair shake is what I'm saying.
You're talking about when we did BTEC bar night. I agree.
No, I'm just saying that's most of the time that you've had that. I think that the finish on SAS 18, because I've had it isolated of different years, I haven't had this one, is remarkably good. I think it lasts a
Well,
long time,
I
even as a
think
proof.
well, so even with my quote unquote from you busted palate.
I'm not saying you have a busted palate. I'm saying that the reason you're not thinking of it as a memorable finish is because you're drinking it in the same sitting with William LaRue and George T. Stagg and Handy. So 3 really high proof whiskeys in your memory are going to overshadow that every day. If you had that with other things, I think it would be a different story.
That's a fair point.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not
think
saying
that
that your palate's busted though.
I think that you would you would agree, I think, that this year the finish
Is better than you've
the
remembered
finish
it
is
as a team.
the finish is powerful. Like
Yeah.
it sits and it mind, messes with me because I haven't had one do that. The nose on every Saz 18 is freaking perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. It's awesome. You just want to smell it for an hour.
Did it get that like kind of appley? I get sometimes like caramel apple
yeah,
on it.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Green
18-year-old
apple.
rye with water, like it's just gonna be a sweet.
You're like trying so hard to throw digs at it. 18-year-old rye with water instead of like the oak and the rye grain. Yeah, you're getting, the sweetness and the caramel and the citrus from the rye. Like, no, you're just like rye and water, man. It's
Yeah,
you're something else.
Stupid water. That's what it
Yeah.
is. Oh man, limestone. Let's just get freaking nasty with some limestone. I don't like that.
Okay.
My mom just pointed at me and said, "Don't say stupid." And that's because my children would say that right now. And my mom's a child, in case you didn't know.
All right.
She's watching right now, so whenever I tell her to come over, she can come over. However, it's not going to be for a while because we're not ready for that yet.
No. That's for the patrons. We got to save the big guns for the patrons.
I feel like we need a couple of minutes with her here, though.
Just
to tease it.
Patreon.com/the podcast if you want to support us there.
Yeah, we're partying with Mama Greaser.
Oh, so the elephant in the room that we haven't addressed, but I think we need to save it. Is you did have your surgery and clearly you're back at it. But it looks like we are going to.
I'm clearly back at it.
Well, you're
how clearly?
Well, that week you were passed out for days on end. And so you're up on your 2 feet and behind the bar drinking something. So I think
that is true. Yeah,
I didn't say what you're back at, but you're back at something.
Yeah.
But I will say that it looks like we are going to get some more spots from Manscaped. So I think that we should do that as definitely some content for them.
Yeah, we're just waiting on that to come through. Then I've got some things to say, Will.
Oh.
I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I'd save them. Did y'all go play in the snow at all with your kids?
This snow was really wet.
Uh-huh.
And the kids would go outside for 10 minutes and be like, I'm done. So it never and they just came in and they were miserable every time they came in.
See, my daughter cannot get enough of it.
Oh,
every time. I mean, she's out there morning to night. Even we had that great hill for sledding.
Yeah.
That because it was wet and then it kind of iced over.
Oh God, it's fast.
She was just having a blast. Like she'd go like 25 miles an hour sledding down this hill and then jump up and run right back to the top and do it again. So,
okay, pump the brakes, run.
She ran. She's quick.
She ran, but I mean those sweet little legs. They can't.
I'll show you a video. She's like she's going up and then she like falls. She goes, I fell down on the ground.
Yeah. She's like, I'm just going to tell you what just happened. Blew my mind. So it was also good snow for snowmen.
and
Oh, it was great for that for sure.
and making a flask cocktail. Good to know for that because it's so bitter cold out there.
A flask cocktail?
Yeah, make an old fashioned in a flask.
Why does it have to be in a flask? Just put it in like a
then you
mason
can
jar.
put it in your jacket. Take it with you. Seal it up. Okay. Then if you're going down on the sled, Grease, you're not holding the cup.
Okay. I will let you have this. I'm going to let you have this. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Don't say stupid, Matt.
You're not going to get a slushy ice cube and make an old fashioned out of it and then pour it into a skinny freaking mouthed flask. Just get you a solo cup and do your thing, dude. My kids did it yesterday a ton. You're not going to put an old fashioned in this and then I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to put it in my pocket. You know what you should do with it,
yes.
Will? You should put it in your dadgum belly is what you should do. You should chug it.
No.
Put it in a flask.
I don't have a drinking problem like you. I just put it in a flask and you put it in your jacket and you slide down the hill and it doesn't spill everywhere. Also have that wide mouth flask that's that pewter one, hand hammered. First of all, I know I'm not the one who within the last 7 days was doing Jaeger bombs and drinking Michelob Ultra. So I think we should pump the brakes about casting stones about the concept of a flask cocktail, bud. Mine at least had more cojones to it than you currently do.
I love
but you were pounding the Michelob Ultra after your vasectomy, so I think things are checking out.
Oh yeah. I'm a new man, Will, like I felt like I was
you're less than
just conceived essentially. Like I felt like I'm like, you know what, I'm here, guys. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
I graduated.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed myself. Go Dogs, by the way. Dadgummit,
hey, go ahead. Y'all go ahead and give a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's free to
for
do
the
that.
channel if you think a flask cocktail is a good idea.
Here's where I'm pissed. Ty Gallenbeck sends you a barrel-aged old-fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
Sends us, but he always sends it to you.
He's smart.
And you get on to me all the time like, you don't share anything that you get in the mail.
Well, because you don't. You don't.
Here's Adam Shelton's thing right here. I've got it right here for next time we're together.
How long have you had it?
I don't know, like a month.
Yeah.
Maybe longer. I don't know. No, but I had to buy one.
I bought an extra.
You did buy an extra?
I don't think you're a patron of that of 8 times.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
I bet I have been longer.
Everyone
go support Ty at 8 times up on Patreon too.
It's 8x up.
I think it's 8 times up.
I know that's how you say it. I know that.
Right.
I'm just spelling it for people. It's freaking great. If you like fishing, you should do that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have their own lures or something.
Well, I already have one that has their logo on it.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a spoon.
You going to spoon me?
I always do.
Whiskey Weekend Batch 4. We've got some spots available right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. All that Louisville talk was to ask.
Whiskey.
What's the cutoff? What's the cutoff before we start dishing them out? I mean, we've already started to go to, because some people have dropped, that we've already started to turn to the list of the wait list. But what's the cutoff?
I'm not telling you what the cutoff is.
No, for that, before we start dumping people and going to not the number of person cutoff, the date to be paid in full before your spot given up.
Oh, January 31st.
That's right. That's what I was getting at. So you've got about 2 weeks to settle up. If not, that wait list is going to be tapped, as they say. So everyone look at your email as well if you're on that wait list, because we are already starting to go to it. So some people have had to drop out for various reasons.
Tammy Brennicke's on.
Okay. I was talking. You don't have to yell.
Oh, sorry.
You can go ahead and sign up though for the wait list if you'd like as well at whiskeytainment.com. That's the best way to do that. So, all right. Grease, do you want to go to the 15?
I would love to go to the 15. Well, I just don't know what we're going to the 15 with.
Yes, you do.
We do.
Oh my gosh. It took like 45 minutes to pick something out that we both have. So we're going to the 15. We're drinking Maple House. This is from Taconic Distillery. And Grease, you want to say that thing we say?
Let's do this.
It's hit the music, but whatever.
I used to say let's do this though because of. Do you remember when
Let's do this was typically at the beginning. Like, but when you would try to set it up for a cold open.
Right.
I know I'm right.
Well, Alan said, hit the music. Are we bringing on Mama Grease for this or after it?
After this. So what we'll do is we'll come back from the 15.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this for a few minutes, and then we'll bring Mama Grease on for like the last 10.
Mama, you're going to be on the last 10.
Do you have a channel up for her?
Yeah.
You're recording a channel? You're recording a second channel into.
Oh, shoot.
All right. So what you're going to go ahead and do.
Stop
that first.
Yeah. No, I have a second channel. It's already going. It's on the right side. Well, it's on the right side.
What? No. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
I will export it for you and send it to you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. I love people that are in video because they're so incompetent with audio.
No, I'm good, man.
No, it's y'all don't care if it sucks or not.
I mean, you don't want me to stop it.
Why?
Do you want me to stop it and do 2 channels for it and it'd be the second half?
I mean, I'd prefer it, but let's just keep going.
I can do that.
If you said you're going to do the work.
I stopped it. All right, hang on a second.
I stopped mine too.
I'm going to go.
Hey, while you're here, folks, go if you want to see more of Mama Grease after you see this, go ahead and support us at patreon.com/thepodcast. We'll send out a link to the show.
Check one.
The after party show.
Check one. Oh, yeah. Yes. We're good to go, baby.
You recording now?
3, 2, 1, boom. Yes, baby. And it's on the same thing, too. So.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I don't know that
it's in the same session. So you'll have to split it and then move it.
Pardon?
Should I? Okay.
What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying.
Let me export this file first.
Are you doing a multi-track session?
Yeah.
No. You don't export the file. Are you recording?
I was, but then it's like it just added on to my channel.
That's fine.
And then started.
You can export those files you can right click and say export track as after you're done.
I know, but you're going to have to sync it up different because I haven't been,
I'm going to have to anyways. Because we just started new files.
Oh man, have you seen this? Will?
Yeah, you look like a vagabond. All right, did you pour up your whiskey?
What is a vagabond? Mom, what's a vagabond?
Vagabond.
Vagabond? I don't know if you can say that. You can't say that, Mom.
Say that word.
It's 2022, Mom. You can't say it's 2022. You can't say that.
Are you ready? She's not wrong though. Like a hobo. I meant more like a hobo.
Oh, sorry. Will, the drink she had was Rum Me the Right Way.
Oh, that is on the list.
Does that have whiskey in it?
No, but it's like aged rum.
Okay. So she probably just had an oak influence or something and was like, but I tasted
Rum Me the Right Way is
you gotta rum me the right way.
House bitters, orgeat, pineapple and cranberry juices, and noir rum, so a dark rum.
Did you say orgeat?
Yeah, I don't know how to say that word. Oh, this is from the Wildcat Brothers Noir Rum. It has ancestral hardwoods. That's what it says.
Okay, wait. So they age it in hardwoods? That's what they're calling it?
Our ancestral hardwoods, a 5-year-old blend of fine French style rum.
Are they pre-engineered or are they like full-on hardwoods?
I think they're composite.
Hmm.
Charred ancestral hardwoods. And Louisiana's
Trolled
Grease.
ancestral
Grease. It
hardwoods.
does say bourbon enthusiasts will appreciate the full-bodied flavor. So they're even saying. All right. And I'm back, and we're back from the fifth. Oh, what are you doing?
I didn't pour this. You had me multi-sessioning.
All right.
Wait, is this a bourbon? Yep. America. Oh, man, I should have done that in a fresh glass. Here we go. I'll shoot that later.
And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
All right, so here's what we got going on. This is Taconic Distillery, straight bourbon whiskey, barreled.
Cat.
You think catatonic is what you were trying to say.
Catatonic.
That was the joke you're trying to make.
The cat tonic.
This is no catatonic.
I thought it was catonic.
Huh?
I thought it was catonic.
What are you saying?
No, catoctin.
Completely different.
I know, but how similar is that?
Not anywhere near. The words. Okay, so they both have a C and a T at some random place in it. They're not even close to being the same word. Taconic and
yeah, but this stuff's real good.
Okay, we're moving on. We're back to what we're talking about, little squirrel.
Some say we never left, Will.
Taconic Distillery. This is double barrel maple bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey barreled with New York maple syrup. It is 115 proof, release number 6. This is a barrel pick from Cork and Keg, and was picked by our buddies James and Bob Little.
They still got some, I think, pretty sure.
So this was, let's see, barreled and then bottled. This is a not very old.
So 3-year-old.
No,
it's not even 3.
3.5. 3.5. It was barreled in January. Let's do simple math.
Oh no, it was almost 3.
Almost 4 years.
4 years old.
Almost 4 years. Good job.
3 years, 10 months.
Distilled and aged to perfection in the Hudson Valley, New York. This is from Stanfordville, New York, distilled in New York, and this is the Maple House, good bourbon fast. It's got a sticker right there. It's like a Waffle House waffle with, it says maple.
You know,
I don't know. It's kind of offensive to the South, though, because it's Waffle House is like so beautifully Southern.
Yeah, I just can't tell.
It's all this New York stuff.
Is that butter or is that like a meatball with like syrup on it?
No, that's butter, dude. Have you never ordered a waffle at Waffle House?
No, but look, I understand, Will. But look at that.
That's literally an image from Waffle House.
I know, but look at the pic. That looks like a daggum sausage ball.
No, it looks like the butter scoop they put on every waffle. They do it with like a little melon baller.
It could be one of those cheese
ice cream
balls.
Scoop. So that
could be
Maple
a
House
cheese ball.
is one of my favorite finished bourbon. Hey, James, because I see you're watching. What was the price on this one? I bought like
the Maple House.
Yeah, I bought like 4 things at the same time from them when I got this. I don't remember how much it was, but let us know what the MSRP on one of these is.
All right, I don't want this to influence us, but let me go ahead and tell you something. Andy cannot.
Already influenced me. That means I'm not going to like it because his palate is busted.
Oh, he's not only is his palate busted, he as a person he's busted.
No, he's not busted person.
I've hung out with him. I've hung out with him. He gets car sick. He has to sit up in the front seat. Freaking.
That's the lie every person says. To be
That's
able to sit in the front seat.
no. He did not look well.
Well, that's for other reasons. He was at your house.
He was hung.
Yeah.
He was more than hungover. Dude rallied though.
So here's my big question. First of all, I need the MSRP from James in the chat. Second, it says it's a double barrel maple bourbon, but it says it's whiskey barreled with New York maple syrup. So is basically
It's like the Bellmead honey process.
no. Here's my question, because it says it's barreled with it. It doesn't say in a maple barrel.
Oh, you're right. So
is there an additive to it? Is there a flavor? Are they saying there is actual maple syrup in here? That's what I want to know. Because if it is, then they shouldn't even say straight bourbon whiskey on the front.
Well, so here's how they do it. Yes, it is added to it because they say straight bourbon whiskey. That's what it was.
Right.
Then
No, I understand. I get
barreled
the workaround.
Yeah, that's the workaround.
But I don't like that. It's one thing. I know it's like a wet barrel, with the honey. There's still a lot of honey in there probably when they add the Bellmead honey. But it is also kind of like the problem I have with some of these syrupy finishes, because you're borderline back sweetening, like with rum.
Right.
Like you're getting to a point where it's one thing if it was a wine cask where sure, there's probably still some wine in the pores of the barrel, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like sticky on the outside of the staves, and if it still has a lot of maple in there, then are you just adding sugar to your bourbon? So let's nose it. And at what point is it just a barrel aged cocktail? Like
Right.
if I just put bitters in this, is it a cocktail at that point?
Probably. It smells young.
I mean, and definitely I can tell the maple overtone that's coming forward is masking some of the youth, but I get a distinct corn.
I just poured bourbon on it again.
You are very irresponsible.
I know. Which sucks because on this whiskey it says drink responsibly. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, James, I'm asking you, and I see you're commenting, which means you're not listening. How much did this cost? It's clever. It's clever, Marty.
For our podcast audience out there, Marty said he wants to do another giveaway.
And for our podcast audience out there, Grease went live 2 nights in a row to give away a bunch of bourbon, and we lost money on it. It's fine.
Right. It's fine. This is the third night.
But this isn't a giveaway night. So when you nose this, there's like an astringent alcohol punches through the sweetness to me. Like almost like antiseptic alcohol, like rubbing alcohol.
Ooh. It's very hot.
Is yours a fresh crack or has it been open?
It's got this, I think it's the maple playing a trick with me and the spiciness of it, like the heat. But I'm getting some of those like red hots on the finish.
Okay.
And I know it's not. There's nothing apart.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Now, mine's a fresh crack. Is yours a fresh crack?
No, mine's been open.
Mine's a fresh crack.
Mine's been open a couple months.
Just did the neck pour. Garbage.
You are such a easily influenced human.
Or it could just be poking the bear.
No, you're just an easily influenced human. You were peer pressured into doing a lot of dumb things as a child, weren't you?
Yes.
Love it.
Do you think I was influenced as a child and did dumb things?
We should have waited till we have her on in like 30 seconds.
Mom said, influenced by who?
Oh, Bob or James isn't even listening. He's just in the chat having fun. He said it's muted.
That is the most James thing ever. He's like, I'm not listening to what these idiots say.
Going
just
forward,
in the chat.
Just for that, that's the new rule. He's banned from being live on this channel.
What?
Yes, banned.
No, I gotta
banned.
I had too much fun. I have to at least have him on like once, like every 6 weeks.
Banned. 6 weeks. Hell no.
Yes, I have to.
Banned.
James did tell me he had to go to bed early. He's in bed right now next to Diane.
Definitely not having him on every 6 weeks.
Oh, I have to, Will.
There's
no way.
Non-starter. Then this is the beginning of the end. This is where we part ways.
Well, if you're saying that, then the beginning of the end was the past 2 days. Because you could have hopped on there and you could have put a stop to it, but you let it happen.
No, I allowed you to, but I'm definitely not allowing it every 6 weeks.
I just have too much fun.
It's okay. $52.99. He thinks. Okay, so we'll say $55 after tax. Let's just ballpark it, because we know that he's normally 3 off. So if he thinks it's $52.99, it was probably $55.99, right? Like, isn't that what you learned in your live, Grease? He's normally like a few under.
Yeah,
you're not understanding what I'm saying?
No, you're saying that he thinks he's like, oh, it's close enough, and he's off by 3 for sure. I think he was off 4. So this could be a $56 bottle. $56.99. $57. Man, I'm having a hard time with this one at $55. I like the flavor.
Yeah, I do. It's hot. It's definitely youthful.
The finish
New York bourbon
definitely helps on the palate. Definitely helps with the age.
Well, then you get this weird, like almost like you took a shot of syrup, like it's syrupy going down your guzzle.
Dude, the heat of this is tricking me. I'm getting cinnamon.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's one of my like favorite things I've ever had, but it's growing on me. The first sip was not fantastic. Yeah.
The flavor. This thing has a ton of flavor.
I can't drink a lot of this though. It's really sweet.
I agree with that.
Very sweet.
I agree with that. This is in the same realm for me as Papa's Pilar. I can't drink a lot of Papa's Pilar.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
And Papa's Pilar is a back sweetened rum. It's got sugar added for sure.
Yeah, very simple. Yeah, it's
the problem is because this is so sugary. I feel like you could get a hangover. Like if you drank too much of this, I feel like you could feel pretty crappy.
I don't know about you, but that can happen with things that aren't.
No, but I mean like a rough one. Like, you know, when you sometimes have sugary stuff.
You're talking about like ounce for ounce? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Eric Smith says, y'all got me fiending.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think he meant like fawning. I don't know. Fiending. It's probably a word I don't know.
What's fiending?
I think he's like, oh, yeah, sugar. Give it to me. So he likes the sugary stuff.
I'm fiending for sugar.
That's you know what would be good? You know what would be really good?
What? I agree, James.
With breakfast.
It's like a morning, like pick me
up. On
a
snow day. Maybe actually whip it into some butter and syrup. Like create a topping with it. You know? Create a waffle topping.
I do like whipping it into butter and syrup.
It's not even good. That wasn't even a funny thing.
It's kind of good.
Payne said fiending. Oh. Well, he was making a heroin reference, apparently. Embellish Podcast is saying so.
Oh, I did.
Oh my goodness. No, not you. Eric Smith was. Like you, but clearly you understood. Man, my camera looks great.
Yeah. How do you like the zoomed in look?
I kind of like it.
Yeah. I did this with James. I felt like you could see facial expressions better.
Okay.
You know what
Can
I
we
mean?
go back to the other way now? Now that you compared it to that.
Dude,
It's fine. Do you and James just want to start your own thing?
no.
I think you should. I think you should learn.
I don't think. No, I think
think
I
you-
did.
I
I
think you and
think it's
James-
fun being Will, is what I'm saying.
I think you should weekly have to deal with yourself.
No, I said that's what I'm saying. I said every 6 weeks.
Not a chance. All right. We've actually overspent our welcome. Bring Mama Grease in for
All right.
Just a couple minutes.
We don't have a here. Mom agrees. Come on.
Jason Busey wants to know what in-ear monitors these are. Okay, so I have
some chi-fi, man.
Yeah, I'm in they refer to it as chi-fi, Chinese hi-fi. So it's like essentially you get
You're not gonna be able to hear him.
Oh crap! You ain't gonna be able to hear.
There's a bunch of different companies. This is KZ. Knowledge Zenith is the company's name. This has 10
You didn't think this
drivers in each ear. These are the AS10s by KZ, and they're like
give your
they
mother any
have
birthday.
incredible tuning for what you pay. These were like 40 or 50 bucks, and they have 10 drivers in each ear, which is ridiculous. And they have some that have like 16 drivers. Anyhow, they're a lot of fun to play. So these are the KZ AS10s. I have like I collect them, unfortunately, but they're cheap, so it doesn't it's not like it's not like a whiskey collection.
Okay, Mom, you want to try this? Mom's a huge Papa's Pilar fan.
Okay, yeah,
she's a huge.
I like Papa's
Pilar,
Pilar, but it's also a rum.
Yeah.
Well, I've had the rum. I haven't had this. Let me see the bottle. My Waffle House.
Mom, people are gonna expect you
it's
to
on brand
have a
from
few.
Mama Grace.
Here, just shoot it. Just shoot it. Just go.
So I don't have to say, "Oh, I smell."
No. Just go for it.
It's got a great finish, long finish.
Yeah, that's that garbage Will says. It's hot, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Took me a minute to swallow it.
Thoughts?
It's burning.
And you can handle your whiskey too, ish. Your sweet spot's like 100 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama Grease. Grease
Yes,
showed a
it
video of you urinating last night on the internet. How do you feel about that?
I don't care. I don't care.
That sounds right.
There, that's better. That's probably good.
What do you got to say about that, Mom?
When you have to go, you have to go.
I've been saying that.
There's one of the 10 commandments is to honor your mother and father, and I don't know if that's very honoring to Mama Grease showing that video on the internet. Grease.
Mom knew she was being filmed, and she.
No, I don't think that.
embraced
I don't think that is the same as her son.
She didn't have to
putting
look
it
into
on
the
the
camera
internet.
and make it weird and go, ah.
I don't think that was a moment between her and her husband, I believe, who was filming.
Okay, that's fair, but that I don't.
So
think,
I don't think that he meant, or I don't know that it's very
Do y'all
holy of you to
typically
show that
video
on the
each other
internet.
peeing?
No, never. Until
Well,
then.
technically one time.
And let's don't credit my husband with anything worthy here because he gave it to Matt. He knew what Matt would do.
Oh, for sure.
All right, folks. This is a little taste of what's to come in our after party, which is about to start right after this. So, Mama Grease, you're going to stick around. Thank you for joining. Oh, Grease, buy bar pass on this maple.
This?
I'm a bar.
I'm a bar.
I think it's
the
fun.
bummer
It's
is
unique.
in Georgia you can't try it. That's the bummer. So
Yeah.
I would say this: if you don't mind heat and you like sweetness and you like if you're a fan of Papa's Pilar, now Papa's Pilar is a rum and it's very
yeah.
sweet. But
yeah, I
this
think because it has the very intense sugariness, there is a correlation between rum.
yeah.
I think this would make a killer cocktail, honestly.
I do think it would make a really cool old fashioned.
Heck, you know what, Grease? $55. We've said buy stuff that's not as interest. I'm switching to a buy. I'm switching to a buy.
$55 is not terrible.
Yeah, now that I think of it, if it were 70, I'd say bar or maybe pass. But I think 55
I
or
wouldn't buy it for
$52.99, as James said,
Yeah.
50 to $55. I think you're probably it's interesting enough. You can make some fun cocktails with it, or if you want to have like one drink as like a dessert pour, it's not a bad thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't have any candles lit.
I can't go there with you. However, I appreciate you did.
Yeah.
I'm a bar lean by.
Okay.
Like my lean by is I am enjoying it. It feels like a cream soda.
I can understand where you're going with that.
It's very cream soda-ish. Like you could put this in. Oh, dude, if you did a root beer float with this in it,
Oh yeah.
this would
Like a couple shots of this root beer
Yes.
and then a scoop of ice cream.
like 2 scoops of ice cream. What are you talking about? 1 scoop?
I
That's
mean,
so
a
stupid.
scoop or two. I mean, it's like okay.
No,
Sure,
that's not how you
whatever.
do it, Will. That's not how you don't do a scoop of ice cream.
Grease, you're the one who makes nachos with saltine crackers and Kraft
You're the
singles.
one that says
You
I
don't
don't
know
know good
anything.
food, and you're literally saying 1
Well,
scoop versus 2 of ice
that's a
cream.
dessert beverage. I don't know if I'd call that food.
Okay, well,
It's more in the milkshake category. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like it. If you're listening to the podcast feed, rate and review us on the app of your choice. And Mama Grease is sticking around for the after party. If you want to join us on those after parties, patreon.com/the podcast. Any level gets the after party. I really highly suggest you making the town hall level.
Mom has already promised too that she's going to keep her shirt on.
These are
Well,
my
that
pajamas,
Grease, you're
but I'm
supposed to
gonna
be
keep 'em
selling it.
on.
I've told you this a lot of times. You're a horrible salesman.
Well, no, I'm
Um,
saying she's
you
going to
don't
keep
lead
it
me.
on. Oh, you're
I don't-
saying I should. Okay,
Just stop.
All right, folks. We don't know Jack.
but we'll drink it.
All right.
Man, you landed that plane so hard. You're
I
like, I'm
know.
not talking about Mama Grease taking her shirt off. Like, that's just not where we're going right now.
Thank you, Will.
Right.
Am I still muted?
No,
Okay.
you can't hear yourself.
You're welcome,
but-
Mama Grease.
Well, I hear me.
Well, no, you hear yourself speaking.
Right.
You don't
All right,
hear it
we're-
in the headphones.
Everyone
Wow.
here, go join
I don't have a
us.
headphone. These are
on-
cheap.
Yep, I'll
The-
send out the. I'll send out the.
You don't have to send it to me, Grease. It pops up for me.
What do you mean?
And when I leave, you'll send it out to them. I thought, never mind. Forget it. Send
Oh,
that out.
so
I'll
you
join.
because you're a producer, you have the actual. I don't have to invite you anymore.
Correct. Yep.